Hey guys, and welcome back to Luigi's Mansion 2 for the final main mission of the old Clockworks. Well, technically not the final main mission, more of the boss fight. You could probably leave it out, group it differently.
Yes, but what is important is that the old Clockworks is nearly over.
And we will only have to experience it again in the post-game.
And that'll be so long in the future that we'll be okay to return to the blooming old Clockworks by that point.
Okay, enough with the bitching. On with the, I guess, Professor Layton style investigation scene?
Yes, or the Ace Attorney style investigation as well, because it's quite similar there.
That's probably why Phoenix Wright and Layton crossed over so easily, because they're basically parallels.
Well, that's because, if I recall correctly, Level 5 created Professor Layton based on Phoenix Wright without the flaws.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, they come from a very similar place.
Purple light, take warning.
The ridiculous thing about this is that there's all this, mystery, who is the villain? Yet we saw him in the opening cutscene, it's King Boo.
Yeah, it's like in Sonic Heroes, who could be manipulating all these events? Oh, it smells Sonic.
It's just come on, if you're gonna try and make a mystery out of who your villain is, which, I mean, admittedly, it would have been quite cool to have King Boo just kind of be the mystery villain and then not reveal it until the end. But the fact that they just kind of show you from the off, it's just kind of oh.
Takes away from some of the mystery, but then again, what's the main demographic for this game?
Yeah, exactly.
Not trying to be some kind of Sherlock Holmes novel over here.
Although saying that, it really should be the case that just because something's a kid's game /film /book doesn't mean that it shouldn't be good.
Huh?
Which is why I'm very happy with the How to Train Your Dragon films, because they are excellent films, and why generally Disney films are excellent. And then you've got other things which are just no.
Directly aimed at kids, as opposed to having something that's for all ages.
Yeah.
Same basic principle as to the puzzle that got us into the old Clockworks to begin with. Once Luigi's finished fixing the clock face here, we're going to have to select the correct time, and it will gain us entrance to the boss's lair.
Because, I mean, we're late for a very important date.
Pretty much, right? I mean, the last mission took 22 minutes. Lord have mercy.
And this mission is no better in terms of its length.
Can you imagine if they took all the gears and whatnot behind the clock face as well?
Oh, God.
Just be thankful we're limited to a 5 mission per mansion structure.
Yep, otherwise you know that they would have taken them away and made you search for them.
We've got a 7, a 3, and a 0. I'm thinking 7:30, 7:30.
Yes, well, I mean, if you think about it, that is the only logical one, because you can't do 370. There isn't a thing on the clock for 3:07 or 7:03. So, and you don't really stick the 0 in front of things, so 7:30 is pretty much your only option.
There's that ambience again. Just groaning, mechanical sounds. Gems tinkling on the floor. And now we have them all. Pass Tom, you are a goof.
Also, I have to say, I really do like the design on this gear clock thing. It's just really kind of quite magical, mystical.
It's very Layton-esque, now that we bring up Layton.
Yeah, if you remember the film, The Eternal Diva.
Oh, I love Eternal Diva.
It's very similar to, the inside of... It's either the Tower of London or Big Ben in that, because they go up it right at the start, and it's very much like this inside.
That was Big Ben.
Yeah. I'm still quite disappointed that they never did the second Layton film that they promised they were going to do.
Maybe it's still in production. I remember there was going to be a live-action one, similar to the Phoenix Wright live-action film, which I have not actually seen yet, so...
Phoenix Wright live-action film's actually quite good, all things considered. I mean, it loses a bit of the cartoony look, in trying to move over to live action, but generally it's a very, very faithful adaptation.
I'm glad we did not talk about this stuff until now, otherwise we would have nothing to talk about on the ride up here. Once he was a spider, now he's gold. That is his ultimate destiny.
Yes, I mean, also the Eensy Weensy spider climbed up the clock face spout, and then all got sucked into a vacuum cleaner.
No, down came Luigi and snuffed that sucker out. Get ready for me to scream Mushroom Eater. Oh, never mind. Looks like Luigi's blasting off again. Ding.
Also, no, Luigi, you are dead now. You don't survive that type of fall to the face.
Good night. I love this. Wait for it. Boo! They're just a bunch of eternal pranksters. I hope you weren't expecting some kind of mechanical, clockwork-themed villain to cap off this mansion. Instead, we get a gauntlet. Every time the clock reaches a number, like 1, 2, 3, etc., we will have to fight a different variety of ghost. And yes, the red-hot clock hands can hurt you, as was just demonstrated.
Yeah, this is an awful boss. Absolutely awful.
I've heard tell, and by heard tell, I mean someone mentioned it in like a YouTube comment or on Twitter, which of course is an unparalleled source of information and true 99% of the time, that Miyamoto came in at one point and said to Next Level, these bosses are shy, get rid of them, make new ones.
I have to say, it would not surprise me.
I mean, Miyamoto didn't come in and upend the tea table in Sticker Star. I think intelligent systems are intelligent people who create games for systems. They know what they're doing. It's just that they think Miyamoto is like so important they just want to like listen to him and take his ideas on board, so maybe that's what happened to Next Level games.
Probably. I mean, I think part of the problem with a lot of the times Miyamoto has stuck his oar in is that nobody's had the guts to say no. So like Star Fox Adventure is a prime example of something where they really should have just said no to Miyamoto, and I think people would have been happier.
You got a fox, we got a fox, you put him in cockanickle freaks. Perfect.
But I think kind of nowadays, I think there is a point that's being reached where people are kind of, I think, taking Miyamoto's ideas with a grain of salt, and I don't think he's trying to stick his oar in as much. And he's just letting people get on with stuff.
As he should, because he's not infallible. Cue Weed music montage.
Exactly. And also, I mean, it's the same reason why, like, if you look at the majority of other directors in video games, like Hideki Kamiya, Tetsuya Nomura, Hideo Kojima, and stuff, generally, some of their best work comes when you have somebody kind of above them who will tell them no.
Oh yeah, Nomura especially.
Yeah.
Man, they weren't trying with that stage of the Gauntlet.
Yeah, we get another one quite like it later on, and it's just like, are you just giving us like a little break?
Thankfully, they include some sand here so we can tell when the sneakers are coming.
Yes, I mean, it would be really mean if they didn't. Something I will bring up is that we haven't brought it up before, but each of the possessors has an extra bit of their name. So this one is the Overset Possessor.
Okay.
Which I don't really get, but I have to say I absolutely love the translations of its name is in other languages.
Uh-huh.
So the French one is Marsprit Chronique, which is Chronicle Spirit Eater.
Oh, wow.
There is the Dutch is Overgevoelig Indringer, which is Oversensitive Intruder.
Uh-huh.
There's Igitmeister, which is German for Ick Master.
Nice.
You've got Possessor Sconvolto, which is Upset Possessor. The Spanish is Suprente Iracundo, which is Irate Super Entity.
They could have tried harder there, I think.
Yeah, but the French, the Dutch, and the German just like, that is just wonderful.
Luigi, what are you doing, mate? That was weird.
I have absolutely no idea. That was quite the little glitch. Also, with the whole naming thing, since we're there, if you go back to Gloomy Manor, that one is the Grouchy Possessor.
Nice.
And the best one is the French again, because it's Mospri Arachnein, which is Arachnidin Spirit Eater.
Yeah.
And then the Haunted Towers one is the Harsh Possessor, which has got some fun ones. So the French one is Mospri Grimpeur, which is Climbing Spirit Eater, which is not quite as good. The Dutch is Pesterig Indringner, which is Pesky Intruder. And the German is Erzmeister, which is Archmaster.
I would have gotten away with it if it weren't for these pesky intruders.
Exactly, it's just like... Oh, I love like translations of things sometimes because like they just end up being so funny.
Alright, Mr. Man, come on out, let's do the fighty thing. Here's something I don't know you noticed, Richie. Well, I don't know if you noticed, to be more grammatically correct. As the possessors go along, they gain an extra horn. So like the first one had 1, second one has 2. This guy has 3 if you count his little cowlick at the front. Fourth one will have 4, and I think the fifth one has 5.
Yeah, that does sound about right, actually.
Come on, guys, you don't have to use critters in this fight. Embarrassing.
Yes, although saying that, this boss can be probably one of the most challenging ones, because not only do the clock hands hurt you if you run into them, I mean particularly at this point, but also you have until the minute hand goes around the clock face once to kill all of the ghosts, and if you don't, then the wave resets.
Yeah, I should have probably mentioned that at the start, but I just never had a problem with it, really. And I think also, you can turn the hand back by using the Poltergust.
You can, yes, but when you've got ghosts trying to kill you, that is obviously easier said than done. And then there is also the really, really dickish thing, which happens is if you die during this boss, even if you've gotten to like 10 or whatever, I'm pretty sure that you have to do the entire thing all over again if you die.
Well, there's not enough gold beforehand to find a golden bone for the Polterpup, so...
It's just... It's evil because this is arguably one of the most tedious fights in the game.
Well, I don't mind fighting a lot of ghosts, but we did that in the last mission, so even with a time limit, this boss isn't all that special. And also, what happened after the first boss? That had an idea, you know, the mother of the spiders possessed. It had all these puzzle elements where you had to basically figure out how to damage the frigging thing, how to get the possessor out. And then you go to a staircase puzzle kind of thing where you're just delayed if you take the wrong one, and then you fight a set of stairs, and now you just fight a lot of ghosts.
It is particularly stupid. I mean, like, they could have come up with something really interesting for a clock-based boss, and this just kind of feels like the lazy option.
Oh, is this it?
Yes, this is it.
Thank you, Jesus. As we mentioned earlier, you gotta watch out for the red hot clock hands, because they can damage you.
And also, I'm so glad that this is over now, because ain't nobody got time for this.
Ironic, since we're in a place that basically develops all the world's clocks and timepieces. I wanted to finish the mission on 100 health, but I guess we can't have everything.
No. Also, I feel so sorry for Luigi here, because I think he thinks he's finally going to get to sit down, and just no.
The awkward pause before Egad rings.
And it's almost like at this point Luigi's kind of just like there, like, yeah, I've beaten the boss. Egad, where are you? I'm expecting your phone call right now.
Nice work, Luigi. Wait for it. I wouldn't be surprised if Luigi has a phobia of birds by the end of this.
I wouldn't be surprised either.
Come on, give me gold. Let me wrap up this mansion on the best rank possible.
Oh, come on, Tom, you already know that you've blooming got it.
Shut up! Yes, gold rank, awesome. That's all the booze, all the rubies, and as I promised, I'm going to show off the trophy for both this and Haunted Towers, which I forgot to do stupidly last time.
Yes, silly Tom, being so forgetful. It's not like I've forgotten the majority of the game.
Better be a hot cup of tea waiting for me when I get back, or I'm going to smack you upside your paintbrush head.
Tom, you forget, this is EGAD. He doesn't remember to do these types of things. He's just kind of there like, oh, let's watch Luigi catch ghosts. This is going to be interesting TV.
Pretty much. He could make a big buck or two by televising this.
Popularity of the Ghostbusters films kind of proves testament, and also like all those ghost catching paranormal TV shows like Most Haunted and so on and so forth.
Ugh, my mum loves Most Haunted. I was interested in it at first, and then Derek Okora got out as a sham. I was like, yeah, I'm going to start watching now.
Yeah, I used to watch it a lot, and then it did get brought back this year for another series, but it was rubbish, which was a shame, because it used to be quite fun, even if there was the whole psychics scam thing that was happening.
Yeah. Nothing like sprucing up a treasure from the abyss. Yeah, calling this thing the Dark Moon kind of gives it evil intentions from the get-go. You could have called it the Purple Moon. I'm pulling names out my arse here, Richie. You're gonna have to help me out.
Yeah, Purple Moon, Shiny Moon, not the actual moon, but kind of still important moon. Yeah, I am awful at naming things. It should be known.
Now, we may have bitched a lot about Old Clockworks, but the next mansion we'll be going to is actually my favourite one in the game, next to Haunted Towers.
It certainly has some very, very interesting ideas going on in it, from what I recall.
Beautiful.
Tom, do you realise the pun you just sort of made?
I didn't say bootiful, I said beautiful.
Somebody could have mistaken it for that.
Right, let's head on down to the vault and take a look at what we earned. But first, look at them there.
Oh, they look like they're having fun, don't they?
Well, boos are always smiling for the most part. Pictured here, Luigi in a moment of courageous victory. Okay, that's enough of that. And now for the Old Clockworks trophy. It ain't gonna poltergust itself.
Also, I think this is the pose that Luigi needs to do whenever he gets pixel shifted. It's just kind of stand there, slightly heroic looking, just kind of looking off into the distance.
He must master the spirits within himself before he can master the spirits in each mansion. Okay folks, that'll do it for this instalment of Luigi's Mansion 2 Dark Moon. Please join us next time when we start the 4th mansion of the game, the Secret Mine. See you then.